been told all your life that women want money, luxury, and status. This line instantly connects with the audience's beliefs and frustrations. It taps into the societal programming men have grown up with, what they've been taught to believe about attracting women. It's relatable, and it sets the stage for a reveal that flips the narrative. But here's the truth they won't say out loud. This adds suspense. It signals that something hidden, something powerful, is about to be revealed. You're positioning the content as insider knowledge, making the viewer lean in. Many women are drawn to something far deeper, something primal. This is where the viewer starts to realize this video won't be about cliches. It builds intrigue by hinting at deeper emotional or psychological dynamics. The word primal activates instinct-level attraction. They admire men who move in silence, yet command attention. Now you introduce the idea of a man with subtle dominance. This appeals to Stoic masculinity. Calm, composed, not flashy, but respected. It frames the ideal masculine image. They crave connection with those who make them feel protected, not with wealth, but with presence. You're now guiding the viewer to the emotional core of attraction, feeling. You're revealing that presence, attention. Emotional grounding is more valuable than material things. This video is not about tactics, it's about truth. This line promises substance. You're distinguishing your video from shallow dating advice. It builds trust with the viewer who's tired of gimmicks and wants something real. The 5 things women secretly love more than money, and how you can embody them like a true Stoic. Now you deliver the core promise. You're setting up the structure while tying it to Stoic values, discipline, emotional control, integrity. Stick around, because once you learn this, you'll never chase again. She'll start chasing you. This is your final hook punch. It gives the audience a reason to stay. The transformation from chasing women to becoming the one who is pursued. It taps directly into masculine desire and self-respect. Part 1. Unshakable presence. 1/3 row. Most men are physically there but mentally absent. You open with a truth that hits hard. Men today are distracted, scattered, glued to screens. It highlights a common failure, creating contrast with what's coming next. Scrolling, distracted, numb. These 3 short words paint a clear picture of modern male behavior. It's fast, visual, and powerful. It reflects exactly what a woman experiences in a man who's not present. But a man with presence, his full attention anchored in the moment, becomes magnetic. This is the payoff. You're showing that real attraction begins with presence, not looks or money. Anchored, jaw grounded, focused. Magnetic sound desirable. Presence is rare. A short, punchy line that reinforces the value. What is rare becomes valuable. You're emphasizing that this trait is hard to find, and women crave it. It tells a woman, I see you. I'm here. I don't need you, but I've chosen to share this space with you. This line speaks directly to the psychology of high-value men. He's not needy. He's not desperate. He's in control and chooses to share his energy. This evokes emotional safety and deep attraction in women. She'll feel safer in your silence than she ever did in someone else's loud validation. This poetic line elevates the message. Silence isn't awkward, it's powerful. You're showing how presence creates emotional resonance deeper than words. Practice eye contact. Put your phone away. Listen fully. Now you give direct, simple action steps. You're not just preaching, you're teaching how to develop this trait. This kind of man, he's unforgettable. This final sentence seals the deal. You've built a vision of a man who stands out effortlessly. Not because he tries hard, but because he's fully present. Part 2. Emotional self-mastery. Women are emotional creatures. You state a psychological truth, not to judge, but to understand. This line sets up why emotional mastery matters in dating dynamics. They live through feeling. You're explaining the female lens. Women interpret the world emotionally. This prepares the viewer to understand why his emotional control is so valuable. And the man who can hold space for those feelings without being shaken himself is irresistible. Now you introduce Stoic masculinity. Holding space means being emotionally available without losing yourself. Without being shaken is key. This is about strength, not passivity. When you don't react to her tests, mood swings, or silence, you bring up realistic scenarios. Any man watching will recognize this and feel validated. You're saying, if you stay grounded in chaos, you win her respect. When you remain grounded, not cold, but calm, you signal that you're in control of yourself. You clarify, this isn't about being emotionless. It's about emotional discipline. Self-control becomes the new status symbol. That emotional dominance builds trust. It separates you from the weak. Powerful line. You redefine strength. Not physical, not financial, but emotional. And trust is what creates deeper intimacy. Because if you can't handle her emotions, how can you handle life? A knockout question. It reframes emotional control as a life skill, not just a dating tactic. Control yourself and you'll control the dynamic. You close the part with a masculine truth. Power starts from within. Part 3, powerful communication. Without over-explaining. You don't win her over by talking endlessly. You debunk the nice guy myth. Over-explaining and over-talking is seen as insecurity. You win her over with clarity, conviction, and brevity. Now you introduce the Stoic approach to speech. Speak less, mean more. Clarity, show confidence. Conviction, belief. Brevity, strength. And speak your truth, not for validation, but because it aligns with your values. You're teaching the viewer to stop seeking approval. Instead, speak from purpose, not for attention, but for authenticity. Say no without apology. State what you expect without trying to please. Direct masculine communication. Women love when a man leads, when he knows what he wants and doesn't ask permission to have it. Women love men who don't explain everything. Now you bring in mystery. When a man holds some emotional space back, it makes him interesting, attractive. It builds mystery, and mystery builds attraction. You're layering the point, giving psychological cause and effect. Mystery toward magnetism. Remember, silence, when well-timed, speaks louder than any words. You end with a Stoic-style punch. Controlled silence is power, and you just gave them a tool they can apply today. Part 4, the power of walking away and meaning it. Most men say they'll walk away. Very few actually do. This line opens with a hard truth that stings, but it's relatable. You instantly position the high-value man as someone rare and real. Not talk, action. And women know this. They test it constantly. Here, you introduce female testing not as manipulation, but as instinct. She wants to know, are you real, or are you another weak man playing alpha? Because the moment a woman senses that you won't leave, no matter how she treats you, she loses respect. This is where the viewer feels the emotional gut punch. Respect is the currency of attraction. Once it's gone, it's hard to earn back. She doesn't hate you. She just doesn't desire you anymore. Now you give the deeper emotional truth. She's not mad. She's not cruel. She's just no longer turned on by your neediness. But when a man can walk away and mean it, she becomes obsessed with his strength. This flips the dynamic. Now you're showing that emotional independence isn't loss, it's leverage. It shows you don't chase, don't beg, don't break. You become the one who defines the terms of the relationship. Control. You're showing the viewer how to become a leader, not a follower. This isn't about being cold. It's about knowing your worth. Important clarification. You're not teaching manipulation, you're teaching self-respect. A man who can walk away doesn't have to. That's what makes her stay. One of the most stoic yet seductive truths. You rarely have to leave if you have the strength to leave. That strength itself is attractive, because she knows, if she disrespects you, she loses you. You wrap up this part with a crystal clear standard. Respect is not optional, it's the baseline. And a woman who fears losing you will fight harder to keep you. Final punch. You've taught the viewer how to reverse the game, from desperate to desired. Part 5, purpose first. Women later, 10-1, 13-1. A man without purpose is a man easily controlled. Start strong with an iron truth. A man who doesn't have a mission. He gets used, manipulated, discarded. By women, by society, by his own doubts. You layer the threat. Not just women. It's the world that will swallow him if he's drifting. But a man who's building something, who wakes up with mission, in his blood is untouchable. This image of a stoic builder is magnetic. You're giving the viewer a new identity to step into, the purpose-driven warrior. Because he doesn't chase women. He attracts them. Now you reveal the effect of purpose, natural magnetism. When you're in flow, building something real, she sees it. And she wants in. Women can feel when a man's energy is focused on something bigger than sex. You reveal female intuition. They feel where your energy flows. They can sense when they are the center of your universe, and it repels them. That's when she gets curious. That's when she starts chasing. You flip the power dynamic again. It's not about pushing her away. It's about creating gravity she can't resist. Your purpose must be so strong that no woman, no drama, no rejection can shake it. This is your Stoic oath. Purpose is the anchor. Women are part of life, not the center of it. Because when you chase purpose, women chase you. You close with one of the most powerful truths in male psychology. It's real, it's proven, it's ancient, and it gives your viewer the playbook of emperors, not simps. Final word, the Stoic man. She can't forget. In a world where men bend over backwards for female validation, the one who stands still stands out. Start with contrast. You show your viewer that most men are noise. They're reactive, weak, but the Stoic man is still, focused, magnetic. This grabs attention. Because a man who respects himself, who refuses to lose himself for her, is the man she'll remember forever. You elevate self-respect as the true currency of attraction. It's not looks, not money, not smooth words. It's the unshakable core that leaves a lasting impact on her soul. She may not admit it. She may not even understand it. But she feels it. This adds emotional complexity. You reveal the silent, unconscious power women respond to, without even knowing why. Mystery equals magnetism. It's not about being a jerk. It's not about being cold. It's about being centered. You clarify the Stoic masculine frame. Not rude, not careless. Just calm, just grounded. You are the eye of the storm, not the storm itself. You are the man who knows where he's going, who doesn't beg, who doesn't chase, who doesn't lose himself in her beauty. This reaffirms identity. You paint a picture of the king energy, the man who is complete with or without her. And when you live like that, brother, you don't need to impress her. You just need to be seen. You close with elegant power. No games, no tactics, just the truth. Your presence becomes enough when your soul is aligned. That's the brutal truth most men never learn, and the quiet power that makes her obsessed. And with the hook looped back into the message. You bring the entire video full circle, from noise to presence, from chasing to commanding.